Welcome to peak week 2022 season. Now, I made a quick overview, not quick, but it's about 20-minute overview video of my entire peak week from last year, and you guys seem to really like it. So I figured this time around, I'm gonna give you more videos in depth of each day, showing what all I'm eating, how I'm training, what I'm doing, to help you figure out what would be right for you if you're doing something like this. So why a peak week? I'm not doing a competition, nothing like that. I just started a couple years ago taking progress pics yearly of my physique to compare, see if I'm even making progress. And I was quite surprised last year, so I'm excited to see what's gonna happen this time. But I wanna do the same diet leading up to that during that peak week to make sure I have consistent results, or at least consistent setting. This morning I started out with a weigh-in. I was 188.8, and my average weight every morning this week has been between 188 and 189, so that's good. I'm up almost 14 pounds now from a year ago when I started peak week. So that's pretty good progress. I haven't seen a whole lot of fat gain, and we'll see in the pictures at the end of the week what really happens. And then after that, of course, I took my before pictures. Now, last year I did it in my garage. It was okay, but the lighting wasn't quite the same from the first day of the week to the last. So I rearranged my bedroom so I could set up a bunch of lights in there and make sure everything is gonna be the same before and after, so we can see how much of a difference the peak week makes from my normal physique at the beginning of the week to my end of the week peak week physique, and compare just to see what you could expect by going through this. So first up, what I'm having here for breakfast is eggs and bacon. We're going on a keto diet, and I'll explain more about why we're doing that for these first 3 days of the peak week. But what we have here is 80 calories worth of egg whites. It's a special Southwestern style egg white that's pretty good. It has less than 1 carb in the whole thing, and that's the whole idea. As few carbs as possible, flushing water and glycogen out of the system during these first 3 days. 2 eggs added in, 4 pieces of bacon, cheese on top of it, and all that comes out to 640 calories, 52 grams of protein. I'll have all the meals that I have today linked in the description. Calories, protein, all that stuff, just so you can see. I'm planning on being in a deficit for the next 3 days. I haven't been dieting or anything like that. It's just my normal physique, but I want to make sure I'm really draining out all the glycogen, extra water and stuff out of my system. Plan on doing about 2,000 calories a day. I've been on roughly 3,000 calories per day maintenance for the past month or so, maintaining my weight around 188 to 189. So it's gonna be tough, but you know, deficits aren't fun, but the end of the week results will be pretty fun, hopefully. And it's already pretty late. I think it's like 10:45 almost already. I slept in late, then I had to set up all the lights and do the peak week before pictures and weigh in, all that good stuff. Also, I'm having just water with my breakfast and a scoop of creatine like every morning. Harder than last time, affiliated. Get that, it's linked in the description, helps out the channel as well. But last time I cut out the creatine, and I was thinking it was gonna make me hold more water, but after doing more research, I don't think that's the case. So it's another thing to compare this time if creatine will really make a difference. But I'm quite hungry, so let's do this. 640 calories, pretty filling. That's breakfast done. I'm gonna take this pre-workout in just a little bit. I'm using this Dragonberry from Harder Than Last Time, pre-workout 2.0. I made some reviews on all the different pre-workouts and which one might be right for you. I'll link that as well if you're interested. But this one's one of my favorites, it's pretty good. And I'm doing a leg day today, and the plan is to just work out like I normally do, just as hard. If I was going into a competition, I'd probably just go in the gym, try to get a pump, but that's not really applicable to me right now. But I am gonna get more tired as the days go on, so I'm doing my leg day, my hardest one today, so I can push hard before all the carbs from yesterday are starting to get flushed out of my system. So we'll see you in the gym. Kids are turning my gym into their art studio. That was a pretty tough session, but felt really good. Hit a new PR, got 295 for 5 reps, so that was feeling good. Now I'm on my way with little Taylor here. Hey, heading to the pool. One thing with dieting or trying to lose weight is keeping your neat, non-exercise activity thermogenesis up instead of just sitting around and being lazy. We're walking to the pool, swimming for a while, having some fun. I'm not really hungry because after brutal leg days like that, I'm worn out, but I need to eat something. So I got 112 grams of Hillshire Farms oven roasted deli turkey breast, and that is 120 calories, 20 grams of protein. I'll update you more on diet info after we swim. Look at that mommy. Look at that mommy. Mwah. We are back eating outside now because kids are watching TV, baby's crying. It's getting loud in there. A little bit of quiet while we talk about this, but next up we have 2 servings of some chicken. This is just frozen, microwavable kind, which I'd rather grill some chicken, but I'm out. I'm gonna be going to the store to get some supplies for tomorrow. And then a whole bag of steamable broccoli with a serving of cheese on top of it, and that all comes out to 470 calories, 60 grams of protein, and 6 carbs. So having some carbs, it's mostly from the broccoli, but you know, I need some greens too that are good for you. And that brings us to 1,230 calories, 132 grams of protein, and 7 grams of carbs so far for the whole day. So why so few carbs? Your muscles store carbs as glycogen, and for every 1 gram of carbs you have 3 grams of water. And so when you go these 3 days with eating hardly any carbs, those glycogen stores get depleted from the muscles and you lose a lot of water weight out of it. And then on the 4th day when we do the carb up and hardly any water and it's dry carbs, your muscles get refilled with that glycogen minus the water, which makes them bigger but not as soft, and your skin gets thinner, lots of veins and vascularity, all that good stuff. You'll see in the end, but let's get going with this. I'm like microwavable chicken. That was pretty good. And that is the next meal done. By the way, check out this Dwight's Gym for Muscle shirt my wife got me. Comment down below if you know what episode of The Office that's from. It's pretty funny, but I wasn't even really hungry when I started eating this, and I am quite full now, which brings me to a good dieting tip for you, and that is to make sure you keep yourself busy. Like if you just decide to go on a diet and you're not exercising, it's really easy to just be sitting around and thinking about food because you're like, I'm hungry and I'm not allowed to eat food, so I want it. But that workout was about an hour and a half, and I was pushing myself hard, and I'm not hungry at all during that. And then when I'm done, I'm usually not hungry for a few hours because I'm so gassed, and I had to force myself to eat that meat earlier just to get some more protein. And then I went swimming with the kids for an hour, and I think it was almost 11 o'clock when I had breakfast, and now it's getting close to 6. And we're only, what was it, just over 1,200 calories in for the day, and I'm shooting for 2,000. So keep yourself busy, makes dieting a whole lot easier, and eating voluminous foods. There's a lot of chicken and broccoli. But the other thing is, we're gonna be drinking a lot of water, about 2 gallons a day. It might seem counterproductive because you're thinking we're trying to flush water out of the system, but I'll explain that why at the next meal. Back with dinner, and to answer the previous question of why are we having all this water if the whole point is to flush the water out? Well, think of it as 2 separate processes. So the lack of carbs, we're gonna deplete the glycogen, but you also wanna stay hydrated and drink a lot of water because we're getting everything flushed through your body. And when you get to the last day of carbing up, we'll drink a little bit of water in the morning, but your body's so used to peeing so much that it's just gonna keep peeing it all out. And then you're gonna get dehydrated quickly, which it's not healthy. This isn't a healthy process, but that's what gets you looking super lean, dried out, all that stuff once the glycogen is gone, and then you get dehydrated, and then the carbs fill everything back up. So that is that. What is for dinner? We have a bag of steamed asparagus, just Walmart brand, nothing special. Because I figured, you know, I'm drinking so much now to pee all the time, I might as well have it smell weird, you know, why not? I got chicken thigh because they were all out of chicken breasts and tenders when I went by the store today. So got this. A little higher in calorie, but hey, it's just some extra fat, which actually gives a lot more flavor and will make it be even better. And they stay really juicy too, so that's good. And then I'm gonna have 3 of these Keto bombs. It's strawberry cheesecake. They're pretty good, so I figured that'd be a good little dessert. And that puts us at 1,915 calories for the day with 214 grams of protein and a total 19 carbs. So really low on the carbs. No big deal there. If you have some, you just don't want to be, eating pizza and that type of stuff. Oh, and I had this as a snack earlier because I was getting hungry. Some beef jerky. I had 2 servings, which was 140 calories and 26 grams of protein. And it really wasn't that good. It was extremely salty because this is the 0 sugar kind, so I don't know if it's more salty than like teriyaki is what I typically get, but teriyaki's full of sugar. So those numbers are built into that as well. So I'm gonna eat all this stuff, eat 3 of these. I guess I could eat 4 because they're 80 calories each, so that would put me at 1995 and still be below my 2,000 calories. Whatever I end up doing, the final numbers will be down there in the description, but I'm gonna go watch a show while I eat this because you don't need to watch me eat dinner. Oh, but I will leave you with this. I am subscribed. Is it subscribed on Instagram? I don't know. Or follow. I'm a follower. I don't know. If Dad says jokes, dad jokes, gotta like it. I've got 5 kids. I'll leave you with this. What's the toughest part of being a vegan? Post in the comments before I answer. Pause. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Keeping it to yourself. That made me laugh, but hey, not to hate on vegans. That's how everyone is. Keto people, fasting, all the diet fads. Keeping it to yourself is one of the hardest parts. But I'll see you tomorrow for the update on what we're doing for day 2.